Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show live entertainment lifestyle talk show series. How is everybody doing today? It is the weekend at the time of this show. It is Sunday afternoon. We're doing a very special Sunday afternoon live episode of the Jim Masters Show. And we're doing it live, of course, with all of you around the world. It's good to see all your smiley faces. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We've been busy all weekend long. We had a special guest from California yesterday, the wonderful celebrity pet sitter, Heather Branch. We talked caring for your pets and so much more. That was one of our lifestyle segments. All week long, we've had extraordinary guests from Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, stage, as well as culinary arts and sports and comedy and inspiration and so much more. This is our entertainment lifestyle talk show series. Sometimes it's entertainment, sometimes it's lifestyle segments, and sometimes it's talk and a blending of all of it here. So something for everybody. We started this show about a year or so ago. We've done about 430 episodes live, just about 7 days a week. I work in television, radio, film, and stage here in the United States and have for quite some time. So I developed this show about over a year plus ago, and it's been amazing. What a ride. And thank you for all the letters, the calls, the texts, the Instagram messages, the private tweets, the Facebook messages. Everybody has been really celebrating the show and writing to us personally and telling us how they look forward to the show. They look forward to this show not only during the pandemic, but every day to inspire and entertain and as a place to come and really have a good time. Education, information, entertainment, inspiration, all happening live, rolled into one right here on JMS, the Jim Masters Show live. So good to have you with us. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. It is 2 p.m. Eastern here on the East Coast of the United States. We're here in the Northeast in the greater New York area between New York and Boston along the southern New England coast. Wherever you are around the world, we welcome you. It's really cool to have you here. We've got an amazing guest coming in from a beautiful country town in Ireland. That's right. Ruby Kelly is here. We're so excited. She is a spectacular, she's a 16-year-old phenom when it comes to music. She's an Irish soprano extraordinaire. She's all excited to be with us. She's going to perform live exclusively for all of us here on the Jim Masters Show live. She loves our show. She's been watching it. Her family's been watching it. They saw some of the other Irish artists that we've had on, Phil Coulter and Sir James Galway and Celtic Thunder and Celtic Woman and Conor McGinty and Roy Buckley and you name it, Oscar Blue, Keith Harkin, Rebecca Harkin. The list goes on and on and on. And, we've had so many wonderful Irish artists here in the United States and also from Ireland and Australia and other parts of the world. So we've got our Irish theme on a little bit again today. But our show features guests from all backgrounds, all walks of life, all genres of career endeavors and so much more. So how's everybody doing? We thank you very much for joining us. As we always say, we got a lot of comments already here. Folks that are watching from all around the world, we welcome you all. Now, while you are here on our YouTube channel, boy, would we love it if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Jim Masters TV. We tried to make it easy. It's my name and then the word TV because I work in television. So it's Jim Masters TV. The red button that says subscribe. There's no cost. Just click that. And that way there, you'll never be missing out on any of the action, the shows, the brevity, the levity, the inspiration, and all the cool stuff we do. While you're there, and we thank you very, very much. There's been a lot of people who have subscribed recently, and thank you so much. We really appreciate that. That's what helps the show grow. That's really what helps us to continue to provide all of this great content and all these hours behind the scenes putting these shows together, which is extraordinary. We always want to give you the best product we can here on our entertainment lifestyle talk show series. So check that out, subscribe. And also while you're there, if you can click that notification bell, we would love that. The reason why is it's that little bell icon. The reason why is so that way there, you never miss any of the notifications when we have new fresh episodes. That's right. We're doing episodes all the time. generally 7 days a week. And we do pop-up shows and we do surprise shows and on location and all. We do host viewer chats, a whole host of incredible things. So you don't want to miss any of that. So make sure you click that notification bell. And also drop a comment on the actual YouTube channel. Boy, would we really appreciate that. What that does is that allows YouTube to see that, and then they propel these episodes out to the masses even more. So when you click thumbs up and like on all these episodes that we've been doing of the Jim Master Show live, and then you leave a comment on the actual YouTube channel underneath the episode, that helps our series big time. It really does, because then YouTube sees that and we love it too, and we appreciate it. And then they blast out these episodes for more and more people to enjoy. So we would love if you did that. And hello to all the Lovities. I was telling Ruby about Lovity Nation here. You guys call me Mr. Lovity. This is Lovity Hall, and you are part of our Lovity squad. That's our regular faithful viewers. That's because I said the word Lovity when I was saying light, love, and levity last year, and it slipped out of my mouth. So we welcome all the Lovities. Hope you're having a good day. Lovities watching live, and those who will watch in the archives. Just so you know, if you know somebody who's going to really enjoy this episode and they're not watching right now, don't fret, because the link, you can let them know, go to YouTube, Jim Masters TV, and they'll see this episode sitting there 24/7, 365, so they can watch it anytime they want. That's right. And again, we would love it if you click like, thumbs up on the YouTube channel for this episode and any of them. While you are here commenting, there's something really cool called super chat, super emojis, and super stickers. That's new for us. We reached a milestone of hard work here on our series. So YouTube has given us the opportunity to do this. And that's when you comment during the actual show, we will show your comment and it'll be in bold colors. And at the same time, I will personally thank you live on the air for your comments. There's also something new called Super Thanks. That's brand new, just started this week. I guess we reached a milestone with that as well. And that you can do during chat, or you can do it in the archives. When you see where the thumbs up is for the episode on our YouTube channel, you'll see a little word that says thanks and a little heart. If you click on that, that's your really telling us thank you for doing all these great shows, and you've been inspired and entertained. So that's something new that YouTube is doing, and we love that. That's really, really cool. Let's check in with some of our Lovities here. I just got a nice cup of coffee. It's been a very long day in a good way. Very, very busy. We have a lot of shows we've had to do, and we had some events we had to attend last night. So I haven't been to bed yet. I've been up since yesterday still. That's the kind of schedule I have, working in TV and radio and then this show here. So we've got a nice big cup of warm coffee. Yes, some nice coffee in the afternoon. It's 76 degrees, sunny, and a nice coastal breeze here. I hope it's nice where you are. Let's check in with our Lovity viewers around the world as we get ready in a second to welcome our very special guest, Irish soprano, Ruby O'Kelly, live from Ireland. This is a talk show, so I like to greet the viewers as well. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's Sunday is going great. It sure is. Sherry Larson is watching in Kansas, USA. Good to see you here. Alessandra is here. She's watching in North Carolina, USA. Love it. Good to see Alessandra. Alessandra has literally fallen in love with our show, as has Jane. They've been posting lately a lot and talking about it. We have a Facebook group for this show, JMS Live Lovity Hall. It's on our Facebook page, and it's on Facebook. It's a page, or it's actually a group for this show. And you guys are so active, exchanging recipes and photos and grandkid photos. I think it's really cool. And I'm glad we started that group for you guys. And I pop in whenever I can to say hello as well and keep everything under control. Merlin is in Canada. Good afternoon, Jim, and all the Lovities from Ontario. Good to see her. Merlin, as always, Merlin is she's a troopity. There's Lovities and troopities. She's always here. And we love that. She's been here for a long time, and we love it. And hi, everyone. Happy Sunday from Joan Sandow. Good to see you, Joan. Love it. I love the big J that's in your profile there as well. Alessandra says, good afternoon. And all of the lovely viewers, they say hello to each other too. They check in with each other. We've created quite a community here on this show, which we treat like a television show. Merlin says, welcome Ruby to Lovely Hall. And she's got the green hearts and the Irish shamrocks. You better believe it. And hi, Sherry and Merlin, and hi, Jim. Sherry says hi to and welcomes Ruby as well. Mary Bishop is in Florida, where I'm sure it's also nice and sunny. And she says, hello, Jim and Lovedies. Good to see you as well. And Ruby O'Kelly Music is here, watching from Ireland for my beautiful daughter. That's her mom, Sharon, who I've been chatting with for a couple of weeks now as we've been putting this together. And she's been absolutely wonderful. The whole family is involved. Ruby's brother got all of the computers and the technical stuff together, and it's just been a family effort. Joan is welcoming Ruby, and everybody's welcoming her as well. Anne is in Southern California. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. We sure are. And good to see you from Southern California as well. And Dawn says, I just got on here. Fantastic. Just in time. We're doing a special afternoon episode. The reason why is because where Ruby is in Ireland, it's 7:15 p.m. right now. So our show, is usually in the evening here in the States. So we didn't want to make it too late, like 11 or midnight for her in Ireland. Ruby is 16. Yes, she's a 16-year-old phenom. And we're going to take a look at some of the additional comments. Keep them coming. Don't forget the super chat, super emojis, super stickers, super thanks, all that cool stuff. All these new features that have been rolling out lately that I think are really, really cool. Makes it fun, makes the whole experience of our show very interactive and very fun. So, waiting in the wings, I do have a very special guest joining me. Ruby is here, and again, as I mentioned, she is also going to perform live. We have some great videos, but she's also going to perform live. So those of you who are watching live, you're in for a treat. Those who watch this later in the archives, you're in for a treat too. Ruby is a 16-year-old classical and musical theater trained mezzo-soprano. Her love for singing started at a very young age when she joined a local stage school and went on to study music with the Royal Irish Academy. Over the years, Ruby has performed in many stage productions and concerts throughout Ireland and was cast member of the Olympia Panto in Dublin for 6 years, starring alongside many Irish celebrities. Ruby's love of music took a different direction when she wrote and composed her own song, You Won't Stop Me. In 2019, at the age of 13, Ruby's song highlighted bullying and, to her surprise, went viral overnight. That's because it had a wonderful message. Absolutely. Since then, Ruby has had some amazing opportunities. Most notably, she's been invited to sing at ours for the president. Yes, Michael D. Higgins, and has performed in many amazing venues, including the Mansion House in Dublin, City Hall in Dublin, the Helix in Dublin, at the National Convention Center. Yeah, isn't that incredible? Ruby has also won the 2019. Let's see, is that Catholic? I'll have her pronounce that. That's a great Irish word there. I'm going to have her. It's an award that she won for songwriting and for efforts through music to combat bullying. I'm going to have her pronounce that because I want to hear the Irish accent. A lot of Irish crack coming up on the show today. Ruby received numerous amounts of media attention when she joined up with Irish producer and arranger Mark Cahill when she performed on the Ivory Sessions, gaining her thousands of views online. She has recently released a new single, which is a cover of Imagine by John Lennon. And Ruby has a big love for songwriting and wanted to pay tribute to Lennon, who released, of course, Imagine 50 years ago. She was honored when her cover caught the attention of Nelson Mandela's daughter, who referred to the song and to world peace as well. Amazing stuff, huh? And she's only 16. She's accomplished quite a bit already, and she's on the rise. And guess what? She's right here today, exclusively on the Jim Masters Show Live. Let's welcome her from Ireland. Hey, Ruby,
Hi.
welcome.
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. No, I want you, with your fabulous Irish accent. I'm Irish on my mother's side, but that word, is it Caithor Leach? How do you say that?
Here, look.
Yeah. It sounds like you're saying to your luck. I'll take that. Cater luck.
Kahir luck.
So it's cater luck?
Kahir luck.
Kahir luck. Very
Kahir.
nice.
Like
Wow.
Kahir, like here.
Yeah.
Kahir luck.
Kahir luck. See,
Yeah.
write that down, folks. We just learned. Now, what is it tied to? What is it? Where did that name come from? Do you know?
I think it's like I'm not sure actually. It's like
An expression?
not an expression, it's like a county thing. Like in America you
Oh,
have
yeah.
like your states, we have
Yes.
counties. It's like a county award, and I won the Cavan County Award for it was like something impressive that people have done, like say like if you've donated to a charity, you've been
Yeah.
nominated for this award, and I won the overall for my song about bullying because I was helping the community with my singing.
That is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on that. Well earned, well earned.
Thank you.
That was amazing. How were you surprised when that went
Yeah.
viral?
Yeah, very, 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 because I wrote it at such a young age and I wasn't really expecting much from it. I loved singing and I wanted to just get myself out there, even if only 2 people listened to the song. That's all I wanted, was just 1 or 2 people to hear it. And then the next day I was on a radio station. Well, not me, because I was out that day, but my mom was on the phone with a guy from the radio, and she was like, "Hi," and like, "Hello, how are you?" And it was really, I didn't know how to react, because I was out with my dad, and my dad was like, "Listen to this," and he put the phone up, and I was like, "Is that my mom?" Because I was
Yeah.
listening to my mom, and I was like, "Is that my mom on the radio?" I was like, "It's about your song." And I was like, "What? What?"
Yeah.
I'm still taken aback.
Well, hey, that's cool, huh? What a great
Yeah.
award. And at that age too, I mean, obviously they saw talent, they saw skill, they saw also passion. Taking on a cause like bullying is so paramount and so important all around the world because it happens everywhere. And it's been really out of control in recent years too, because there's the online now and social media can make it very, very difficult. So that's a really cool thing. And again, kudos to you and congratulations for taking that on and preparing such a fantastic song. How did you first? I mentioned, in that little introduction there, and that was just really scratching the surface of some of the amazing things that you've done and you've been working on. What was sort of like an early inspiration for you? I've always been told, even by relatives, that when you're born in Ireland, you are either handed a penny whistle, a guitar, a fiddle, or you sing. It's early on where music is so much part of the culture. How about for you early on?
When I was born, I was handed to my dad. I
Yes.
that's what happened to me. I was handed to my dad. Um,
Yes.
I was never. I've never actually heard that before. That
Yeah.
someone's handed like a musical instrument, but I was handed to my dad because my mom was so tired. She's like, just away, leave me alone.
Whatever it takes, right? Grab
Yeah.
grab something and go. So what was it about singing specifically for you? Were you following other artists? Were you just gaining this real passion for it? Were you always, when you were like 7 years old running around the house, were you always singing and entertaining and jumping around? Or did that come as time, moved on for you, Ruby?
Yeah, I remember when I was a baby, my mom used to put me in a Moses basket, like those like baskets, and she'd usually take me out places because at the time my nana was sick, and we were always going up and down like hour drives, and whenever I couldn't sleep or if I was upset, she'd always play Barbara Streisand. And that was how I was calmed down. I always listened to Barbara Streisand. It put me asleep straight away. And
Was there a particular song you remember that she played a lot?
um
The Way We Were, or
oh Oh, I know it.
There's a
I can't think of
place
it.
for
It's like,
us.
tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Look up to him. That was the song that my mom used to always sing at my aunt, like
Ah,
when I was in the car, and I remember it like growing up.
yeah,
And later on, like I used to love like different artists. It turned into Lady Gaga to the
yeah.
point where for Halloween I dressed up as Lady Gaga when I was 6.
Did you?
My mom has a video of me singing Speechless by Lady Gaga right here in the sitting room. And I was like, how? And I was like really into it. And I was convinced I was Lady Gaga.
You were
I still think
convinced.
I am, but I'm not. I have to put that fantasy
Yes,
away.
because you are exclusively Ruby O'Kelly, right? Exactly. She's
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, and you are you, and you both bring uniqueness to the table. How do
Mhm.
you describe, your sound and your style? Of course, I mentioned classical, mezzo, soprano, but you've touched upon a lot of different styles of music as well,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Um, I'm not actually sure how I'd describe my voice because I find personally when it comes to different genres of music, I can kind of change my voice in a way so that kind of suits it. Like if I'm singing country, all of a sudden I get this real country kind of twang in my voice. And I don't know, it's just something I'm able to do. Or if I was singing kind of a more kind of rock-ish kind of song, like Creep, when I sung it in the Ivory sessions, my kind of not growl. I wasn't growling, but it was kind of like that kind of like raspiness is able to come out. So it just kind of depends on what song I'm singing. But if I'm just singing any kind of song, I think that my voice is like a mix
Yeah.
of everything, and I just kind of make it my own.
Yeah,
If
right,
that's the way to describe
exactly. And your voice is still developing too. It's still changing, still developing.
it. Mhm.
Matter of fact, we do have a video which is Creep. Tell us about this one that we'll take a look at now to give people a real sense and flavor of your amazing talent, Ruby, and your phenomenal voice.
Um, so I remember when I did Creep. Creep was like my first song I did with the Ivory sessions with Mark Cahill, and it was actually kind of like before that day I was probably around here, and that was like my big step. Like
Oh
things
yeah.
changed, like a lot of things kind of shifted after that day, or like after like when it was released, and it was actually last year it was released because I remember it was like before school I had went in and I had sung it, and I actually remember after I was done, Mark Cahill and the one or two other people in the room were like, God, I didn't even expect that to come out of you. And I was like, really? Because often people tell me that I don't realize how good I am. And I don't,
Right.
because I
Yeah.
just sing
You're
and
just
then
doing it
I
for the
just
love of
don't.
it.
Yeah, I do it for the love of it. And I never actually realized really, because I'm not listening to myself and going, ooh, I'm great. Because it's just not something that I do. I'm
Which is
just
great.
singing because I love it. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, they look at me and they're like, where'd that come from? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just singing. I don't know
Came
what
from inside and up and out,
from my
right? Yeah.
soul.
Yeah. Right
I
from the
sing from
soul,
my soul and my
the
heart.
heart and soul, exactly. And that's the best way to do it. You're not hung up on all the other, stuff that a lot of people get hung up on. You're singing for the love of it and to entertain people and to, provide
Mhm,
great experiences and great vibes and great feeling, which I think is
mhm.
terrific. So when you had the opportunity to do this, I mean, just even being a part of the Ivory sessions, uh, let our audience know, folks who are outside of Europe or Ireland, perhaps watching around the world, about what the Ivory sessions are and then how you got involved. It's exciting.
So the Ivory Sessions is basically Mark Cahill. He is a producer. He plays piano. He's amazing. He also helped me produce Imagine, which we'll obviously be talking about later. But Creep, I remember he got in contact with me because he had heard me singing before, and he was like, Ruby, I'd really appreciate if you could come on and sing, and we could do an Ivory Sessions. And I went, and it's just him sitting at piano, and he plays, and I sing, and it just comes. Like, it's not really planned. We just feel it and we go with it. And obviously, it obviously isn't going to be a one take thing, depending on who you are and kind of getting used to it and getting the gist of it. But honestly, when I was there, it just came out and we got it done in one take, actually, because we just both bonded and we kind of clicked, and I felt really good, like, that day, like that bond we had, kind of like where we was kind of like our brains were connected and we just
Yes.
went with it. And I was like,
Isn't that amazing?
wow.
Yes, that's like a wow aha moment where
Yeah.
you're both on the same wavelength and you're both
Yeah.
getting it, and you're giving him what he needs, he's giving you what you need, and it
Mhm.
clicks, and then you
Yeah.
create some great art that way. Some great things
Mhm.
result when you both understand, the mission at hand and the contributions at hand, which is a very cool thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Because it doesn't
So
happen often to
no,
have
it
someone
doesn't.
that is the same kind of wavelength as you and you're able to connect. It wasn't something that I actually had ever experienced before. So that day was like a groundbreaking day for me. I was like, wow, I can
Yeah.
actually connect with people.
Right, exactly. And somebody that's, a professional and respected in the industry and a
Hmm.
prolific producer, usually you'd have to like really work hard to earn their respect and really have to, many, many, many years
Yeah.
before you even get that. But obviously he sees the talent that's there and is looking to help groom it and guide it. And I think that's fantastic. So to be a part of the Ivory Sessions is it's a big thing, and
Yeah.
congratulations. So Creep, again, tell us about for folks not familiar with the song, tell us about the song too.
The song is kind of so Creep is by Radiohead, and I love Radiohead. It's kind of like it's one of them bands that people won't expect me to like because they're all kind of rock and kind of like punky, kind of like, there's drums, there's guitar, and I just really admire them because their songs, just because they're rock, it's kind of like the lyrics have such deep meaning. And I like when you have a song where it has like a deep meaning, where you're able to kind of think about it. And you're like, God, and you actually just take the time to think about where the message came from. And that's something that I always love to do in my own music, where you kind of have like the message kind of a little bit hidden and you have to think about it. And obviously the song Creep is about, I'm a creep, I'm a weird. It's like kind of like, what's a good way to describe it? Where you just don't feel like you belong and you feel like
Yeah,
you're just kind of an outsider.
yeah,
And, when I did Creep with the Ivory Sessions, I wanted that message to really come out. So I stripped it back completely. I completely stripped the drums, stripped everything away, and it was just me and the piano, and it was just kind of my voice more than, the
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Right. That's
Because it
fantastic.
distracts you.
Right, right. So you sort of tweaked it to make it sort of your own in a way,
Yeah.
to fit your voice and your style and the
Yeah.
capabilities, and that's a cool thing.
Mhm.
Was that a hard process to do that, to take something existing like that and sort of find a way to make it your own, Ruby?
Um, Not really, because I had like this vision in my head where I was like, I know what I want. It's just a way of how I communicate it, and that's what made it special with Mark. The fact that he knew, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I know what you mean," and we just did it, and I was like, "Yes, you get me."
Right. Yeah, he gets you. Absolutely. So how long did it take to do it, to put it together? We're going to show it in just a second. Some great music coming up, folks, here on the Jim Master Show Live. How long did it take you to actually put this together and the video and the whole thing?
A day,
That
because I had because I
all
had
in a
kind of
day's work.
Yeah, I had the track that I'd found off YouTube, and he kind of got that track and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make my own out of it." So he made his own out of it, and I went up and he just played the piano and recorded me singing. And it wasn't a thing where I had sung and then afterwards he was kind of editing it like to auto tune me. It was just that is my voice and that was the way I sung it. And if I sung it today, it would be the same because there's nothing on it. It's just me and him, and it's completely just
the real deal and authentic. That's
yeah.
exactly what it is. Let's take a look and a listen to this with our very special guest, Irish soprano, live from the beautiful countryside hills of the Emerald Isle, Ireland. You like the way I describe that? She's tucked away in the country manor. And now we're going to play, while she's in the country manor, we're going to play Creep. And here we go. Enjoy, gang, and we'll be back. Lots more with our special guest. If you're just joining us, welcome. Ruby O'Kelly's in the house, and so is your host, Jim Masters. Nice to have you here.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. No, no. And she's running out. She's run. She's running out the door. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
That is amazing. Bravo, bravo.
Thank you.
You knocked that out of the park. That was an awesome
Yeah.
version.
And it's also weird, like that was a year ago, and I kind of look at myself and I'm like, how much I've changed, like myself and also my voice in a way.
It's been an interesting year to say the least, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Lockdowns and all that will
definitely,
certainly do it
definitely.
to all of us. How have you been with that? We have a variety of guests and topics, and our show is something different every day. But for the performers, and a lot of them are friends of mine, like you've had an opportunity to see Phil Coulter and Celtic Thunder, Celtic Women, all the Irish groups, but just all the different performers, Broadway, Hollywood. have been saying, and even in my work in television, radio, I've even seen it to a degree. It's been a very interesting year. A lot of people have had to pivot, and a lot of people have had to sort of, find ways to stay connected and creative. So during this time of the lockdowns and all the craziness, and Ireland certainly has had its fair share of lockdowns, and Europe as a
Yeah.
whole. How have you been, and what are some of the things you've been doing during that time? Have you been writing music? Have you been collaborating? What have you been doing, Ruby?
Um, well, for the most of it, I was just really at home, and it was quite odd because, my song came out and I was kind of on a roll. I was here, there, everywhere. And then COVID came and lockdowns came and everything stopped. And I was like, now what do I do? I was like, what do I do with myself? And it took a while of trying to think and kind of get myself back on my feet again. And I had kind of wrote music, kind of made plans in my head, just kind of thinking about what I should do to move forward in a way that where I wasn't going out in public and being unsafe. So I had started on my Instagram page, and that's probably my kind of second kind of beginning where I went onto Instagram and I had gained a following by going onto Instagram lives, and I started singing there. And at the beginning, I had my Instagram page before COVID, and I had like 300 followers.
Yeah.
But when I start kind of getting really, really active and, going on lives, I had completely just shut up, and I had just, now I am currently on 5,000 followers.
Wow.
And
Very nice. Congratulations. That's not easy.
Yeah. It was only within like a few months really that I'd gotten all them followers, and it wasn't easy because, I had to kind of, in the nicest way possible, I had to force myself onto people. Like, let me sing for you. You won't regret it. I will sing for you. Whatever you want me to sing, I will sing it. And it wasn't easy either because, these are just your everyday people. And sometimes they kind of like taking advantage of the fact that I'm only a girl on the internet. And sometimes I get hate comments. Sometimes I just get odd people on the internet. And it's just the fact that I just have to keep going and remember what I've started. Just remember where I started and what I'm actually doing this for. And that's my motivation to keep going every day, especially through lockdown.
Where do you think that confidence comes from? Is it from your family, your parents? Is it from, the family support you have around you to know that, you can keep moving forward and keep doing what you need to do to get where you need to get, so you can do what is and share with the world? We all have our gifts. We all have our talents. And sometimes it takes people a good amount of time till they're able to share it, or they're confident enough to share it, or they even know what it is. And life experiences, sometimes it's later in life, people get a chance to actually now live their dream. You've been very lucky. I've been very lucky to early in life be able to express and do the things that speak to me, that move me, that allow me to express myself through my work, my talent, whatever, my connections, creativity, you as well. And that's a blessing. So do you think, is it the support and love of family and knowing that they're there that gives you sort of that oomph to say, I'm just going to keep going out there no matter what happens. I'm just going to keep going forward because I'm on a mission. I love this, and I have something to say, and I want to connect with people.
I'd say my confidence definitely, comes from my family because, often what I find quite funny is sometimes, I'm just singing all the time, and, I have two brothers, and sometimes they're kind of like, oh God, she's singing again. But in the end, they're always going to be my number one.
But that's what brothers are for, right? That's what brothers are for, to say that. But But when when
Mm.
those tough times are there, they're there for you, which is
Yeah.
that's
They're
what
my number
family.
one fans, honestly. And
Right.
also the support of others, even if they're
Yeah.
outside of my family,
Right.
just kind of knowing that people are there to listen and to enjoy music and just to enjoy me as a person. And that's all I really want, just to, like, in a way, just entertain people with my singing. And
Yes. Now, singing and songwriting, they're two different things. And there are those who are singers, and there are those who are songwriters, and there are those who blend both. For you, is the singing what comes first? Are you obviously a soprano, but a singer who uh, happens to write songs, or are you a songwriter who also sings? What speaks to your heart first? Is it the performance, the singing?
I feel like it's the performance because obviously I I began singing when I was young, and I've
Yeah.
always had music in my life from a young age. And when I'm young, I'm not really gonna start. I mean, if I actually did write music when I was really young,
Did
but
you?
it's hardly anything that's gonna be out there.
Nothing that you'd like to share today?
No, it is. I wrote like
No.
my first songs were like when I was 6 or 7, and they were bad. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. They were bad, bad music. Honestly, it was like I wanted to say a message, but I couldn't say it right because I was
Yeah,
7.
you're a
Like
kid.
I actually remember one vividly, and it was like I repressed it until now, and now you have to remind me. Like one of like the songs, I was like, "I was in a train crash and you saved me." Like I don't know what I was trying to do. It was like a love story, but I
But
just
that
could not
it
get it across.
yeah, it has a little bit of a, I feel the engine churning there a little bit, but right, the puzzle pieces had to fit. So you had just the fact that at 7, Ruby, you were already thinking about doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You could have been at home just, doing the video games, or, on Instagram, or just whatever. And you were already, you know, hitting the
yeah,
books and writing,
yeah,
so this is something that is very serious for you early on, which is very, very cool, huh?
yeah. I mean, it was like, yeah, I singing and writing since a young age. It has its perks, but it also probably did get annoying at one stage for some people. I'm not even gonna be like, oh yeah, they all loved me. Probably at one stage they're all like, oh, here we go again. Here she comes down with her notebook with this song. It's not even gonna be good. It's just gonna be this thing about like love that's not gonna make sense. And I often find myself still kind of being like that today, where I write something and I think it's great. I'm in the moment, I look back and I'm like, what
Maybe
is
not.
this?
What is
What have
this?
I done? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, people think that's easy.
No,
And
it's not.
sometimes it's easy, but sometimes you just have to look at yourself, and you actually have to look at yourself as if you're not yourself, you're someone else. And
Yes.
you're like, and I look at myself as if I'm someone else, and I'm like, mm, is this really
Yeah.
something that you
Do
is this really
you want to
something that
finish
you
this
want to
one?
show
Yeah.
to everyone? And I'm like, not really.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Oh,
Exactly. But that's what happened. It's kind of like, you know, somebody that's painting a painting, or somebody that's planting a garden, or in the kitchen doing a recipe, or they're just throwing it together and seeing what
mhm,
happens. And sometimes,
mhm,
like if you're in the kitchen and you're making something, put a little of this in there, a little of that in there, some more of
mhm,
this, some of that, put it in the oven, and out comes
mhm,
something that's like, needs more work. Or sometimes you put it in
mhm,
the oven, and boom, it's this fantastic thing. Plant a
mhm,
garden, put the flowers out. You don't know which is going to do what, and then all of a sudden you got this really fantastic blue ribbon garden.
mhm,
Paint, take a brush and start painting, and whatever you're feeling is coming out and you're
mhm.
expressing it. So it's the fact that you're even doing it, that's a plus, that you actually want to do that.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of people, they would consider that the work. They don't want to do that part, sit
Mhm,
there and think about it. But you want to put the work in. So you never know. Hang on to some of that stuff because you may be able
Yeah.
to pull that, and maybe
Mhm.
later on, as time marches on, some of that might look sort of like jello now, but later on with other things that come along, they might attach to that and turn into something
Mhm.
amazing, right?
Yeah. It's all part of the creative process, really,
That's what it is.
because there was, I remember I wrote a poem way, way back, probably almost 2 years ago now, and kind of recently in lockdown, I was kind of looking through like my book of like where I wrote all my poems and all my music, and I was looking at it, I was like, why did I get rid of this? Like I had like the idea, it's just I didn't know how to convey it. But I went back to it and I was like, I know what to do with this now. And I was kind of proud of myself for being able to recognize, like that it wasn't all that bad. I just needed to kind of come back a different time. And that's what a lot of really, that's what art is, just being able to come back to it and just start off from where you left. And
You
just,
are 100% right. Yes, when people write books, they'll get the first few pages sometimes down on paper, and then maybe they'll have a little bit of a block. So they'll put it down and then they'll go back to it later. And maybe there's different things that happened in the day or the week or the month or the year,
Mhm.
little inspirations that come along that are like those missing puzzle pieces that they then can call upon and say, you know what? I thought it was finished, or I thought I'd never finish it, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden, now my mind is clear, my mind is free to be able to go
Yeah.
back to that and try it again, or finish it off. And that's a cool thing, right?
Yeah, it is. And I was impressed with myself for being able to do that.
You should be, yeah. And again, at these ages that we're talking about, I mean, it's very, very cool. You're ahead of the game, my friend. Um, now we have another video that we're going to show here as well, and I'll do a surprise for everybody. We'll show it, and then we'll come back and we'll chat about it. Sound good?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here it comes. And Ruby's going to be performing live for us as well, gang. So don't go anywhere, as we say in TV land. Don't touch that dial. All right, here's more of the incredible Ruby O'Kelly on JMS.
I pray you'll be alright and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer as we go our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. La luce che tu dai nel cuore resterà a ricordarci che la terra stella sei nella mia preghiera. Quanta fede c'è. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia, di speranza, un mondo di l'amore suo vicino, this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer. Just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Et la fleur de cœur, high your chains so enormous. Santo che ci salve,
That is really very powerful, and your rendition, your version of it, really very moving and very beautiful. And I want to show you some of our loveties who are commenting right now live on JMS in our chat room here. Juanita says, most beautiful. She's watching in South Africa. She's one of our regular viewers. You're a very talented young lady. Bravo from Merlin in Canada. Mary Bishop in USA and Florida says such a beautiful version of the song. Jane, who is one of our regular Loverty viewers, is watching in Sweden. And Jane is happy like you are that we're doing the show early and not the normal time, which is like 8 o'clock, or should be like midnight or 1 for you. Jane's in Sweden, so she's very happy. She gets to go to bed early tonight.
Yay!
Because usually she's up with us. She's amazing. She's up with us. Loves the show, our series so much. She's up with us where it's like she'll like type in comments 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m. I'm going to work in 1 hour. She'll stay up, watch the show, and then go right to work. And like, kind of like, I hope Jane gets a nap in the day before our show starts.
I hope so too.
I'm going to sleep well tonight too. Alessandra says beautiful. She's in North Carolina, USA. Dawn, another Loverty viewer here on JMS, says this song makes me cry. Lovely song. You're a good singer, Ruby. I love that. And also, God bless you. Good job. Loving that. More coming in here. Harvest Blessings, Slancha from Jen Barry in Pennsylvania, USA, in Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's northwest of Philadelphia. Juanita says, wowee. Yeah, when we get a wowee out of Juanita in South Africa, that means really good.
That's great.
Love the version of the song from Merlin, Sherry Larson in Kansas, USA. Worldwide audience we've got here, my friend, and she's loving it too. And awesome. And Sherry's giving you hearts. And Alessandra says that was pure gorgeous. Really, really, really nice. And again, when you're standing there and you're performing, you know, a lot of times, any of us that do anything, we're in the public eye and we're presenting something. We're in a zone. We're sort of like in our own zone. We're sort of like focused on what it is. So as you're standing there and you're singing, you're performing, what are you thinking about? What's happening to you? Do you get into like your own zone while you're doing it?
Yeah, I definitely do. There's times I'm singing and I actually, like at the beginning, I'm like, oh, the prayer, like the song I just sung there, the prayer, it's a very long song, oh God. And then I'm just singing, and the next minute, it feels like only 2 seconds later and the song is over, and I'm like, because I completely just zoned out, and the next thing I know, the song is over, and I'm like, oh. And it's kind of like I wake up, and
Yes.
usually before lockdown, when I was in front of an audience, I was kind of woken up by the people clapping, and I was kind of frightened for a moment because I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I forgot I was here.
So was that an empty? There was nobody there.
It was kind of like nobody was there. It was just me
Because of the lockdown. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you know, to actually, a lot of times, and that's really cool too that you pulled it off. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people, they feed off the energy of the audience. They
Mm,
need that back and forth, and they need, to not just to hear the claps, but just the excitement and the energy of it all. And
mm,
to be able to do that in that way, almost like being in a studio where there is no audience, you don't have those eyes and those smiles and the tears to look at as they're hearing the song, but to
yeah.
present it as if they were there. Kudos to you for pulling that off
Mm,
and sort of recreating that, even though you were doing it with really nobody but the crew there.
yeah. That's pretty much all it was.
It was really, it's an interesting experience, isn't it? I was in a television
Yeah.
studio with PBS back in December when COVID was really going, and right now it's coming back in a way with the Delta variant, but fingers crossed with that. And this, we were doing some filming for upcoming specials on public television here in the States, concert specials, music specials, and 6-floor television studio building, executive offices, radio stations. And there was only about 5 or 6 of us in the entire building. Me,
Hmm.
the co-host, the camera people, the production, and maybe 1 or 2 people upstairs in the offices. It just felt very like the song, creepy. it felt
Yeah.
it felt a little, it was different in a big building like that. And for it to, everybody working from home,
Hmm.
working, a lot of people working from home as well. And but hopefully, I mean, how are things there? Is it getting better? I mean, are things opening up, or is it locking down again with this variant?
Um, Things are kind of good and bad at the same time because places are opening up, but we have this kind of, I don't know if it's a law, it's like a thing set down where after you get your vaccine, you have like a passport thing or like a card,
Yeah, the
and
card that says, yeah,
you're not allowed to go in restaurants unless you have the card. So, people who don't want to get the vaccine because they're scared or whatever, if they don't have the card, they won't be able to eat like out places. They only have to eat outdoors. And obviously, if it's torrential rain and like it's storming, they're not going to be able to eat outside, are they?
yeah, outside, yeah.
So, like people who are vaccinated are going to be sitting inside, looking at people outside, like, oh, imagine not having your card. Couldn't be me. Like, it's going to be
Yeah,
so odd.
it's tough.
You won't be able
Yeah.
to travel or anything. You'll be able to go to
Mm,
cinema. Nothing. It's
yeah.
so odd. But I mean, I got my first vaccine, and won't be me. But I kind of hope that there'll be some kind of peace restored eventually, where people be able to have their own free will again,
There's
where they have to
such
go places.
Right. I know. Even here in the States and Canada and everywhere, there's such division with it. There's such,
Mhm.
in the last couple of years, there's just been such division about so many things. And I'm somebody who likes to bring people together. I
Mhm.
mentioned it on the show a lot. I'm not an extreme person over here or extreme over there. I look for ways to bring unity and bring people together. It sounds like
Mhm.
that like with the bullying, like this bothers you a little bit, that the world is kind of like this. So I think maybe there's another song that Ruby will be writing, maybe that is
To
reflecting
come
on
to
all
come
of
in the
this
near
to
future.
come. And we will have her back, and we will debut it right here on the Jim Master Show. But maybe something that is sort of just talking about how we got through this, or getting through this, and the importance of people being together, and we really need each other through the good times and the tough times. It's those tough times when we really need to come together. Somehow I see something. I see a sparkle in your eyes right now. I see something's going to be developing soon, folks. Stay tuned. More music from Ruby. You You're going to start writing as soon as we wrap the show up, right? It's going to get
Gonna
right
be
to
running up to a room like, get the notebook, get the piano.
it's a pandemic. What
See, I
rhyme?
wrote a poem about the pandemic, really. I wrote a poem about it because it was
Did
an
you?
assignment. Yeah, I wrote 1 or 2 poems about it. It's just kind of like, now I need to start writing music about it.
Well, music is storytelling, and music is like poetry,
Yeah.
and the blend is definitely there. So keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're making a big difference.
Mhm.
I want to show, we have some fantastic photos here too. And maybe as we show them, you can just tell them where they were taken. And
Mhm.
of course, in beautiful Ireland, there's always so many wonderful spots to go for fabulous pictures. This one's terrific, Ruby. Wow.
Yeah, I love this one. This is from when I did Imagine, the video where I sung Imagine. This was, I'm so bad at names. I think this was Mellifont Abbey,
Oh,
where
yeah, sure.
Mellifont Abbey, it's like all ruins.
Yes.
Oh my god, it was beautiful. It was so kind of haunting in a way
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
it was all ruins, it was so quiet, and
yeah,
also it was during lockdown and we are obviously safe, but like it was in lockdown and there was nobody there. Usually
right.
it's a place for like tourism, people go there, and it was just so abandoned and it was so haunted. It really fit like the theme of the video.
Did you feel like an energy? Did it feel like
Yeah, it
there
definitely brought
were
something out of me because
like not ghosts, but maybe just that there was
mm,
energy there, like people had been there before and sort of their memories are preserved there type
mm,
thing? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like it definitely brought something out in me because in that photo you can kind of see I'm really, really into it. My arms are up and I'm really into it.
Yes. Yeah, you
It
are.
brought something out
So,
of me.
so you're feeling some sort of an energy there and you're tapping into it, right?
Yeah.
Now, is that when I get to Ireland, I want to see that area. Is that up on a hill? Is that like elevated up on a hill? It looks like it's up.
Um, no, it's actually down,
It
which
is,
is
it's down, really?
yeah, it's a little bit down. Like you go in and you go down steps to go down into it.
Okay,
And
yeah.
there's actually like deeper parts. Like that was probably one of like the higher bits. Like
Yeah.
I was that was like a little bit elevated than the rest of the other places, but that was like the most elevated than the rest.
Mm, cool. Very, very cool.
You
Another
can kind
shot
of
here.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was actually, it's actually funny. This isn't part of Mellifont Abbey. This was in front of the forest where I shooted for Imagine. This was a forest area and it was like this kind of abandoned kind of house building
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it had all these pillars. And what I really liked was how when the video was shot, the angles made it look like it was huge, but it was actually only very, very small. And that was the front of it where the pillars were. And I really enjoyed kind of, working with along the pillars and kind of, singing and leaning against it. I found it really nice.
Very cool. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. You were being inspired by where you were. I showed this
yeah,
one earlier. That's a great
yeah,
shot. Great look too, There's a look
yeah,
of you know, confidence there.
yeah.
Ruby has arrived.
Yeah, this is also the forest area. This was kind of up on a hill, and it was like this clearing area, like up on the hill, and it was really, really clear. And he had kind of went really close to my face, um, because I was doing the first bit, because I was actually, for that first part of the video where my face is really close up, I was inspired by Sinead O'Connor,
Mm,
when she had, I forget which song it was, but it was only her face, and it was so kind of personal with the
yeah.
camera. And I had them shots for just the beginning where it was really quiet, and I was like, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you tried. And it was real kind of like personal up in the
Yes.
camera, just me and the camera. And then later on, the more intense the song got, the more I got into them moments where my hands were up and I was really into it. It was kind of like, it started off really small, then it got bigger and bigger and bigger as I got more passionate.
Mm. So you were really feeling it and you just let it flow through you, almost like
Yeah.
you're a conduit, like the energy's coming
Yeah.
through
I
you
just let go.
and just let go. You know, that's a really cool and very important thing that you said because in a lot of these industries, television, film, music, all of it, theater, all of these industries, it's everything sometimes can be very strategically formatted, and everything is perfect, and
Mm,
everything is in like boxes and everything. And sometimes when you just let it flow, that
mm,
can be some of the most real, authentic moments you could have. But also at the same time, it's also very connecting with an audience because they know you're real, you're
yeah.
passionate. Yeah, you're not trying to just fit this mold of this box.
Mm,
Whatever you're feeling at that moment, wherever you are, you're sharing that energy. And that's really cool because that's not something you could even plan or script sometimes. It's
yeah.
just at the moment. And for me, I have that a lot. That's why I love live television, live radio, live stage. I
Mm,
love a lot of live because there's that energy of anything can happen, and you have to make magic, and you have to put
yeah.
things together and keep it flowing. And there's things that happen that you didn't even plan, that I say and do, that you as the guest say and do, that our viewers say and do. And it's like this one fantastic,
Yeah.
communal experience.
Yeah.
And you can format it and structure it, but when you just let it ride freestyle, it is absolutely awesome. Dawn says you're a very pretty young lady. That's nice.
Aw.
That's nice to hear on a Sunday, right? Day maid. Day maid. As Alessandra says, great picture. She's in North Carolina. And thanks for the great comments, gang. Beautiful photo from Juanita in South Africa. And Dawn says, nice picture of you as well. And Ruby O'Kelly Music says, Ruby hopes someday to come to the US and to perform. And yes,
Yes.
definitely you guys keep me posted on that, because we will be there as well. And if you need an MC, Master of Ceremonies, done it for them all. Celtic Woman, Celtic Thunder, all of them. We would love to have Ruby here in the US. Alessandra is already putting her vote in the ballot box to have that happen, which is cool. Really, really cool. Yes, our lovelies are very passionate here on the show. Here now, this is a great shot here.
I love this one.
Tell us about this
I
one.
love that one.
Yeah,
This was in this is actually in the same kind of building where I was performing the prayer.
yeah.
And I oh I what which event was this? I'm trying to think. I was oh yes, I was at this kind of event with Stephen Gleason, I think his name is Stephen Gleason or Leeson, and it was kind of like an interview,
Ah,
and I was performing there as well. But this song that I was singing Hallelujah, and
oh,
it was
what a
near the
song.
end. And I had really gotten into it. I was like, it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. I was really like into it. And I was like literally like, as if I was like singing at someone. Like I was really into it. And it was like, it
That
just went
was beautiful. Did you want to do a little
really,
more? That was good. That's a
I
good
mean,
one.
I
Yeah,
can.
that is a good one. Yeah, that you can never go wrong with that. I mean,
Mm,
you just look so like confident, and just, you've got it all down, the whole presentation, the hands out, that's
mm,
expressive, looking up, and there's
mm.
a whole thing to the presentation as much as there is to the voice, and the mechanics of it all. There's the whole presentation, and very, very nicely done. And Dawn says very she loves the dress you have on too.
Yeah.
Alessandra wants you to sing a little bit more of Hallelujah. She's putting her orders in. All right. Well, did
I
you want to
love
sing a
that.
couple bars of it? It sounded good.
Yes, of course I will. You get it up on my computer.
And
I'm literally streaming from two computers. I have my brother's one that I've stolen,
uh,
and then I have my own.
so you have both going back and forth, and
Yeah,
your brother helped set things up, right?
yeah, he
What
did.
what's his
Not right
name?
now. Corey.
Corey. Thanks, Corey, for helping, and everybody, the whole family. This was a team effort, right?
Yes, we are all collectively committing to this. Okay, here we go. And just my luck at Nad comes on. Don't
Oh
we
yeah.
love that? Just my luck.
Brought to you
Okay.
by this toothpaste company.
Okay. Very
Irish
good.
Spring Soap. Live from Ireland, Ruby O'Kelly.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. It's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a code and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Really nice. Really
Thank you.
nice. I'm sure the rest of the families around the house clapping as well. Your mother's on the other side of the door,
Yeah.
jumping up and down, I'm sure, saying, wow, that was
Yes.
awesome. Live on the Jim Master Show, live. And that wasn't even prepared. And that's a professional. The audience threw that out there and we said, hey, you don't have to, but if you want to, and you ran with it, which is cool. Well, while you're warmed up, there's you have some stuff you want to share with us, right? It's
Yes,
a
I do.
song you want to that is prepared, which is great. I just want to show you some of the lovely comments here. So very beautiful, very talented young lady, beautiful and powerful voice. Thank you so much, Ruby. That was so beautiful. Love your rendition of a beautiful song. Of course, thanks to Leonard Cohen for such a beautiful song. You gave it justice, which is absolutely correct. And Jane in Sweden says, what a beautiful voice. And only 16 years old. Wow. You sing great. You have really great song choices. Love them all. Good stuff. What would you like to and also Juanita says, on my heart, now I have goosebumps on my goosebumps. Beautiful. The first round of goosebumps she has because she's in South Africa. It's winter and she's ice cold. The second round of goosebumps on top of those goosebumps are from you and what you just did. And
Oh,
Jen, who is in Pennsylvania, USA, wow, magical sluncha. And Alessandra says the song brought tears to her eyes.
oh,
So, yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. And Crystal Nolan in Connecticut says, Connecticut, USA, beautiful and powerful voice. I agree, my friend Crystal. Absolutely. What would you like to treat us with next, my friend Ruby?
well, I have one or two songs kind of prepared. You can pick. I'm giving you the choice to pick. This is, I don't know, I forgot the word. What was it? Interactive.
This is
Interactive.
interactive, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have Dance with My Father. Um, I did that back in the lockdown on the Irish sessions as well. I also have Imagine, which is the where you got most of the pictures from. And I also have a traditional Irish song because I know how much you love Irish culture. I often find that Americans love
They
Irish
do.
culture.
They
And I
do.
was like, you know what? I'm going to sing a traditional Irish song a cappella. So you have them three songs. Which
Why
would
don't
you like to hear
Why don't
from
we do that one? Start with that one because I know they'll ask about the traditional Irish songs.
me?
And you're right, like all these groups, River Dance and all of these that have come over to the States have just created, I say it's about 20 years ago or so,
Mm-hmm.
25. I think Riverdance just celebrated 25 years. This resurgence of
Yeah.
Irish love of everything Irish
Mm-hmm.
and here in the States. And so, yeah, that would be cool. Absolutely.
Yes, of course. Okay.
All
This is going
right.
to be a cappella, so it's going to be my voice. It's
Mm.
kind of like it's kind of sung in Irish style where it's isometric, where it's free reign, like
Yeah,
no kind of tempo. It's just sung a
yeah.
cappella, just whatever way you can.
It's Ruby. That's what it is. All
Okay.
right. Here we go.
Oh, daddy boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But call me back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And when ye come, and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I will maybe, you come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say, and are there for me. And I shall hear the soft thread above me, and o'er my grave will warmer, sweeter be, and you will kneel and tell me.
Wow.
Thank
Wow.
you.
And you and you even hit the high notes and really
Thank
fantastic.
you.
That's a stunning version of that classic Irish song. Very powerful and moving song, just as it is. But your
Mhm.
take on it takes it to another level, Ruby. Show you a couple more comments here from our viewers watching live. And again, for those who are going to be watching this episode later on, when we're not live, when it's archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love that. That really helps the series and allows us to continue to give you all this daily content and these great shows. Click the notification bell, but also leave a comment on the actual YouTube channel underneath this episode. If you're really enjoying our conversation, our music, our chat, the Irish crack, the humor, all the fun stuff we got going on here on this Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Great job on this classic song, Ruby, from Mary Bishop. Jane, claps, claps, claps from Jane. Standing ovation from Sweden. Merlin says, thanks, Ruby. That was beautiful. Love me some Danny Boy from Jen. Thank you, Ruby. Dawn says, wow, lovely song. Joan Sandow says, you are so talented. Thank you for Danny Boy. Lovely lady. And really, really nice comments coming in. Claps and hearts from Green Irish Hearts coming from Crystal. And Juanita says, love Danny Boy. Lovely. Thanks, Ruby. And great job on that classic song. Now, I know Imagine's been very close to you when you showed some of those pictures. Did you want to do that, slip that one in as well for everybody to hear it?
Yes, of course.
Absolutely. And what is it about that song? It's always been a beautiful song. And of course, we lost John Lennon way too early. But what is it about that song that speaks to you?
Well,
the hopeful nature, right? Imagine all these beautiful things.
Yeah, definitely. I actually look up to John as a singer and an artist because what he did, the way he raised awareness with the song in particular. And, you know, I wanted to release a single and I wanted to kind of bring a light because, you know, this is in lockdown. Everyone's in a bit of a weird place where everything is going wrong. There's all these things happening in the world, racism, all this sort of thing going around everywhere. And we especially saw it through lockdown, like in America, in Ireland, and all these countries. And I wanted to kind of just make a song where I'm just stripping it back again. And I'm kind of like, imagine what the world would be like if we didn't have any of these things. Like, just actually be grateful for what you have. And
right.
The funniest part was how he released this like 50 years ago this year. And I never planned it. I just wanted to sing and bring it out there. And I think it was a sign to do that song, especially since it was 50 years after he did it. I think it was a sign to do it.
The timing of it, and it's something that you felt, right? It's almost as if the timing was ideal. And then with everything that, you know, we've been through too, with the pandemic and all these things you just described that the world has been going through, the social unrest and the economic and political craziness and everything, to have a song like that, imagine if, you know, the world was a little bit sweeter, in many ways, is a very hopeful thing. So yeah, I love it. And Mary, I agree with Mary. She says such an insightful young lady. And Dawn's happy that you're here on the show, and really nice. Alessandra's 14-year-old loved the version of Danny Boy you just did. Really, really nice. So the 14-year-old, you got the 14-year-olds loving it too. You're getting all the demographics, which is perfect. Yeah, I'd love to hear, we'd all love to hear that version that you have there, because you sort of tweaked it a little bit too, right? Again, made it your own, which is cool. All right, Ruby O'Kelly on the Jim Masters Show live from Ireland.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Know how below us above us only skies. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion to imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday we'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday we'll join us, and the world will be as one. And the world will be as one. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I like the way you say thank you right after. That's so nice. It's so polite. It's so nice. You know what I mean? It's refreshing. You don't hear thank you too much anymore in our world. We need more thank yous and, please and thank you and you're welcome. We talk about that, a lot on our show. Hey, gang, if you're enjoying this episode, give us a thumbs up on our YouTube channel at the episode and leave a comment underneath the episode on the YouTube channel. That does help us big time. Again, it pushes this episode out even further to more views around the world, and we would love that. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, boy, we would love that as well. And click the notification bell. Absolutely beautiful, my friend. Really, really. What's cool about it is, we've been toying with like different songs and different genres, and you've been just nailing each one beautifully. So I think it's good that you did that, and you did Danny Boy and, Hallelujah. I mean, just different genres and different feelings and emotions. And you were able to capture all of them, as evidenced by our live Lovity viewers who are saying things like, you are now part of the Lovity family, Ruby. You're a Lovity now.
Yeah.
Hey, high five. There we go. You're a Lovity on JMS. Cool. I always tell everybody, there are lots of awards you can win, major, Academy Awards and all these big things, Grammys, everything. But when you get a Lovity on the Jim Masters show, boy, that's something cool, isn't it? Your feet are tingling now, aren't they? Most people say they are.
Yes.
That's it. Big Lovity hug, Alessandra in North Carolina. We always have a good time. I always like to have fun on the show. Because the world is a crazy, serious place. And sometimes we get serious too, but we got to have fun too. Thank you, Ruby from Jen. This is beautiful. Sherry Larson in Kansas, USA says, John Lennon would be proud.
That means a lot.
Doesn't that? Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Sherry. Beautiful version. Crystal in Connecticut says that as well. And Joan Sandow says, hope to see you in person here in the States very soon. Sweet Ruby. Thank you, Joan, for the comment. And Mary Bishop says, beautiful Ruby. She's in warm and sunny Florida. She just got off her surfboard so she can watch our show now. Were you surfing, Mary, today? Were you in the ocean
I
surfing today?
wish.
Actually, she's got a beautiful job. She cares for elderly patients.
Oh.
Yeah, and those who are not necessarily in the best of health, and they're seniors. And
Mhm.
that's something that she does, which is a very beautiful thing as well. Thanks, Mary, for the comment. We need Ruby to come to the U.S. and sing that song. We need to hear it. I agree. And peace and love, always Slancher from Jen. Jane in Sweden, once again, Imagine is a wonderful song, great version from this talented girl. Absolutely. Young lady, of course. Mary says, yeah, talking about the clients, the seniors she works with. My 94 and 93-year-old
Whoa.
clients are watching and they love it too. So thumbs
Oh.
up. So you have the 14-year-old watching, loving it, and now you have the 93 and 94-year-olds watching and loving it too. Like I said, everybody's tapped into here. Now, Dawn says she was crying during that. So
Aw.
really touching. Cool. Thanks, for opening up and expressing that, Dawn. Merlin sang my favorite by John Lennon. Awesome. And just really great comments coming in here. So when you hear this, Juanita has run out of space for Goosebumps. So she's going to have to start fresh and recycle. Go in and heat up. That'll get rid of layer 1 of the Goosebumps, get all hot and toasty, and then you'll get those Goosebumps back when you go outside. Cool stuff. And keep up the great work as well from Alessandra. When you get this kind of feedback, which I know you do when you perform as well, how does it make you feel? I'm sure you're probably like, it's tough to even put in words when people respond to the music.
Yeah, it makes me feel happy, really, because, it's validation, and everyone loves a bit of validation or like a compliment. And, I usually don't really like compliments because I'm kind of like, no, like if someone's like, oh my God, you're great. I'm like, no, you're great. I can never take them because I always have to like mirror them back to the other person. Like,
That's
no,
what I
you
do.
are great.
That's what I do. Is that an Irish thing? I don't know. That's what I do as well, right? I deflect. People tell me I always say we a lot. I say we when I should say I more. Jim, you are the one who did it. You're the one who accomplished it. You really got to take it's you. You did it. It's I. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want to share it, and it's we.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn that too. But that's a cool thing to be that way. But you humbly and graciously take the comments, right? And the compliments and the accolades, which is really nice. Alessandra says, you're a precious young lady. Thank you, Alessandra, for saying that as well. And what are some other things that you would like to do and other cool things that you have coming up that you're working on? You're still in school too, right? Are you guys out of school? You've been out of school for the summer, right?
Yeah.
Now, with lockdown, were the schools closed? Were you doing school from home?
See, I was and I wasn't. It was a very kind of like rough path, like the last kind of year or two. So we have like this thing called secondary school, and you start secondary school when you're like 13, going on 14, like 13, 14-ish. And then there's like first year, second year, third year, fifth year, and sixth year. Don't ask why we skip to fourth year. It's a really complicated thing. But I was in second year when COVID came at first, and we went into lockdown in March 13th. And I don't know how I remember that date. It's like a really significant date that I just remember, like March 13th. We went home and we started doing online school. And it was fine. We went until like the end of the year we ended school for the summer in May, and we had our 3-month kind of holiday. And then everyone was like, oh, okay, COVID is kind of dying down. So we went back in September in person school. But then we had to start wearing like masks. And anytime you went near a table, you had to get a sanitizing bottle because they had one in the
Yes.
classroom. You had to sanitize your table and your chair before you sat down.
Yeah.
And like
Same
you
thing
had
here
to put
too.
hand sanitizer everywhere you went.
Everywhere.
And there was one-way systems, like you only walk on the left side of the hallway, and you walk this way on one side, and people walking this way come the other way. And it was so kind of strict. And then around Christmas time, COVID spiked up again because we started to open up the shops and everything, but nobody could take it. So the COVID levels rose up again. And then we went back into lockdown, and we started doing online school up until Easter. And then we went back into school again in person. And then we ended school in May, and now I'm on my holidays. I'm just hoping that, fifth year for me is okay. Because I started off in second year, and then I had on and off school for third year, and now I'm going into fifth year. You see, fourth year is like a thing where it's like you don't have to do it.
Right.
That's a year where like you take a break and you try and figure out what kind of career you want. But I don't want to. I know what I want to do. I want to go straight out of school and into college. Music. That's what I'm doing.
So you want to study music, music theory, composition, performance, all of it, right? Songwriting, all of it. Are there schools that you have in mind that are sort of tickling your fancy a little bit? You're like, oh, this is a good school for music. This school is really good for music. And of course, they're in Ireland, right?
Yeah, not at the moment, because I haven't really thought about it a lot, because, I'm actually in a situation where when I'm done school, I'm going to take a year off to focus solely on music. And then after that year, I was thinking of going into a college for teaching and become a music teacher and teach music, like either in schools or outside of schools, where I'm doing like the grades of people.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I'm kind of trying to figure out like whether I should do teaching, like music wise, or just become a teacher. I do English or something like that because I'm good at writing. It's kind of like a thing where it's kind of like something that I'm trying to think about at the moment, and I'm going to work up to it.
Very nice. So you want to inspire young minds as well and teach others along the way too, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if you'll have Lisa Kelly, right, from Celtic Woman. She's a great friend. She was one of the original Celtic Women, and I interviewed her and Ray Nesbitt and all of them multiple times, and the ones that have come in and out of Celtic Woman. She lives here in the States, and she lives in sort of the Atlanta, Georgia area, a suburban town with her husband and kids. And she started the Lisa Kelly Voice Academy. So she teaches, students and those who want to learn voice and learn how to sing and everything. And I could see you probably doing something along those lines as well, if not maybe even, at some point songwriting too, because that's a whole other art. So there's so much to be done, right? And do you feel pressure to, I want to go, or are you breathing and pacing yourself?
I like to do things in my own time. Like, I often find that some people are like, you're not scared or you're not like nervous. And I'm like, no, because, I know what I'm doing. I kind of have like my idea in my head. And I don't really overthink a lot. I'm very laid back, and I just kind of do things in my own time, at my own pace. And often people are scared because they're like, Ruby, you haven't prepared for this. You haven't even practiced. Is this not laziness? And I'm like, no, I just know what I'm doing. And I just know that on the day it will come and I'll be able to do it and it'll be fine. And I do it. And they're like, how did you do that? And I'm just like, I just do it. I just let it flow out of me. Like Hallelujah, the way I did it there. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. I was like, I know who I am, and I have enough trust in myself that I know I can do it. It's kind of like the self kind of belief, because, sometimes I am nervous, but it's kind of like if you keep telling yourself in your brain that you'll be able to do it, you'll believe it and you will do it. And that's kind of how I am.
It's a good way to be, because, they say, we've talked about it on this show too. Sometimes, you can get butterflies in your stomach a little bit when you're nervous about something, taking on a project, or you're going to perform, or some people have problems with public speaking. They have to do a speech in front of everybody at work or at a lecture or in class. And they say, and I have learned years ago, that those butterflies that you get in your stomach are actually really good. Embrace them. They're not, don't be afraid of those butterflies, that queasy feeling sometimes, that like, oh, that means you really care. That means you really are passionate, and you're striving to do well. You're striving to please, but you're striving to not only please the others, you're striving to please yourself as well. And so embrace those butterflies and let them work for you, because the day that you don't have the butterflies anymore, it means time to move on to something else. You're not as passionate about whatever that is anymore because those butterflies aren't there. So it seems like you already know that if you get a little angst, a little nervous, you, instead of letting that control you, you let it work for you. You use that as energy and you turn it out as energy, which is the best way to really do it. Because otherwise, you could freeze in place, and you're like, you've seen people do it, go out on stage or wherever, on set somewhere, and they're worried so much about, what they got to do, that they get scared and they freeze and they can't get the words out. But you're confident to where that, even if you tripped up on something, you're just going to keep going and just smooth it out while it's happening, right?
Yeah.
That's a cool thing.
If anything, the one thing that definitely gets me every time, and it's actually quite ironic, me being a singer and, having these things where, like, say now I'm talking to you and I'm talking, the one thing that really gets me every time, and if my mom is watching this, she'll probably laugh when I say this, I'm so bad at talking. I'm a singer, but if someone was talking to me, I'd be really, really nervous about it. Like, there's been times where I was talking, I can't find the words for what I'm trying to say, and I'd freeze up and I'm like, oh God, I've messed up. And I'm actually kind of grateful that over the lockdown, when I started doing the Instagram lives, I've been able to talk to people more, and I've gotten used to, talking. And
right.
Like the ability to talk to people. And I'm kind of grateful for that, because before I wasn't able to have an interview. I'd be really quiet and I'd be like, that's all I do. Like, yeah.
Right. Yes, that's right.
Yes, no,
sure,
yeah.
maybe. Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you must feel comfortable here with us too. And I try to create a comforting or welcoming, comfortable place for everybody. Because, we've had a really, really nice chat here today, and you did fantastically. Really, really cool. Crystal in Connecticut says, thank you for an inspiring conversation, where we keep spreading your beautiful gift with the world. God bless you. That's Crystal in Connecticut, USA. And Jen Barry says, Ruby, have safe, fun, magical journeys in your future. Always enjoy every moment. Slancha. And Dawn says, that's true, Jim. Thank you, Dawn. Mary says, such a lovely young lady. Kudos to your family for a wonderful upbringing. You're going places, Ruby. Enjoy the ride. Now, Sherry says, I guess when she speaks, sometimes she sticks her foot in her mouth and swallows it a lot. That can be difficult. That can be difficult. Beautiful job, Ruby, Alessandra. Sometimes when things go wrong, when you use humor, when you make people laugh when things are going wrong, then it doesn't seem as bad, So you're amazing, Ruby, really amazing. And I really appreciate your coming on the Jim Master Show here. And
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, and having some Irish crack with us, and some great music, and learning more about you and your story and your passions. And I know it won't be the last time that we'll, be chatting. Let's definitely stay in touch. I would love it if we stayed in touch. Keep me posted on all of your endeavors and all the cool things that are happening. And I'm sure we'll have you back on the show. I hope the show met whatever expectations you had, and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I have certainly with you, my friend.
Yeah, it definitely did, 100%. And thank you so much for having me again. I know I said it before, but I really appreciate it. And I actually really, really enjoyed it. It was kind of like a nice thing to look forward to today, and I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, spread the word about the show, my friend, and tell everybody, and we shall do the same. And a couple more comments coming in here from the Lovity squad around the world. VPXM says, "Hey guys, I'm new here. VPXM, welcome to the Jim Master Show Live. Special guest Ruby O'Kelly is here. And if you missed anything, you can see the whole episode again on our YouTube channel." Alessandra says, "A big happy family gathering." Absolutely, Alessandra. Thank you very much, VPXM. We welcome you to our show. Give a thumbs up to this episode and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love it. Sherry Larson says, "Thank you, Ruby. You have a wonderful voice and will go far." Dawn says, "I'm glad I got to meet you. Love you." That's great. And this was great. You're an amazing young lady, Ruby. Good luck with all your future plans. Fantastic. VPXM says, "We'll have to." Cool. Love it. Check out some of our other episodes. So we got about 430 episodes we've done on the series. Jen Barry says, "Ruby, thank you for spending time with us. Love you. Slancha." Really, really nice from Jen here in the United States. Let's see, a couple more. Juanita in South Africa. That was great. You're an amazing young lady, Ruby. Good luck with all your future plans. And Jane in Sweden says, "Absolutely a charming young woman." Absolutely. Alessandra, beautiful job. Ruby, cool stuff. And Ruby O'Kelly music. We got thumbs up from Mom. Love it. Really enjoyed the interview. Thank you, Jim. Ruby O'Kelly music. Thank you. And we'll spread the word about each other. It's one big happy family. And
Yes.
Jen says, "Can we have Ruby back?" Absolutely. And Jane says, "Thanks, Ruby." And everybody's also welcoming VPXM to the Jim Master Show as well. You're amazing.
Thank you.
It's what time is it there now? Is it like
Almost
10?
9 o'clock at night.
Okay, not too bad. So you'll be up for a little bit, right? You're probably all charged up from being on and everything right now. Now, do you relax? Do you come down a little bit, or you just chill out for a while, have something to eat?
I might go away and maybe go upstairs, do maybe 1 or 2 lives on Instagram, and then wind down, and then of get ready for bed.
Before we go, how do you prepare when you're going to perform? You know, a lot of people have certain routines, certain things that they do, whether it's they drink tea, you know, some vocal preparation, they get a lot of sleep, they don't drink milk. I have a friend who's an opera singer. She won't go out in the cold because it constricts the voice. What are a few things that Ruby does to prepare mentally and physically when you're going to be performing soon?
Well, I definitely do warm-ups. I have this one channel on YouTube that I always use. I think it's called like Jacob's Vocal Academy, and they have like these warm-ups, and you know, in the back of the car I'm just warming up, and sometimes my brother will look at me and be like, "What are you singing?" Because one of them was like, "Mommy made me mash my M&Ms," and he's like, "What are you going on about?" And I'm like, "Just shh, it's part of the process." And I also, this is a funny one, I don't eat chocolate. I'm not allowed to have any sort of chocolate because it can be very kind of it's like a film or like a coat on the vocal cords.
Yes.
It can make your voice really raspy or like phlegmy. And I actually learned that the hard way, because when I was recording Imagine, I had eaten a bar of chocolate and drunk a cup of hot chocolate before I went.
Oh, wow.
And Mark Cahill almost killed me. He was like, "Why would you eat chocolate before you're singing?" I said, "Well, I didn't know." And he was like, so I had to get a hot cup of water, and I had to, you know, drink it down and warm up again and just kind of get it out of my system, and then I was fine. But it was quite funny, you know, and I learned it the hard way that I cannot eat chocolate. And I also have to say really warm. I cannot go out in the cold, like you said. It's just being warm, eating the right foods, warming up, and
Yeah, that's kind of it.
That's cool. Yeah, milk too, dairy products. You got to stay
Yeah.
away from that. Even me as an on-air TV radio
Hmm.
person, you got to stay away from that because
Yeah.
it can be problematic as well.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff. See, there's a little tip from Ruby for all of you potential singers out there.
Don't eat chocolate.
Don't eat chocolate. You may love the chocolate, but don't eat it within any range of having to perform or to
You can look
sing.
forward to it afterwards. It's
Yeah,
kind of like the thing to look forward to, like your motivation. Like, yes, after I sing, then I have this bar of chocolate.
exactly right. Exactly right. Ruby, you're the best. Thanks for being with us and
Thank
spending all
you.
this time with us on the show. And again, I hope you really enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
It was awesome. Is there a website where they can go to check out some of the music? Spotify, iTunes, Amazon as well.
Yeah,
Tell,
my
yeah,
music is on Spotify, iTunes. You can also find my music on my YouTube page, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. They're all Ruby O'Kelly Music. That's where you can find me anywhere. Ruby O'Kelly Music.
perfect, perfect, perfect. You're the best. All right, my friend.
Thank you.
You take care, and thanks to the family for working with us on this, getting it all together. It's always a process putting all the pieces together so it comes out perfectly and well. And it was awesome. So thanks to the family, thanks to you, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, you have a terrific rest of your day, and loved having
You
you on the
too.
show. And we'll chat again real soon. Okay,
Okay. Have a good day.
you too. Be
Bye.
well, Ruby. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Ruby O'Kelly, live from Ireland. Did you enjoy that? I'm sure you did. We thank her very much for joining us again. If you'd like to see this episode again, it was awesome. We chatted for almost 2 hours, believe it or not. That's what you call content. We don't just rush through here on our show. Great music, great conversation, inspiration, lots of humor, lots of interaction, the full Monty experience here on the show. VPXM, absolutely. She does have a really powerful voice. You can see this again in the archives on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Absolutely. Yes, we're going to get some rest. I've been up all night. I haven't been to bed yet. Not since yesterday. So when you saw me on the show yesterday, I haven't been to bed yet since yesterday's show. It's just been a really wild, very busy time. So cool stuff. We thank again Ruby O'Kelly for joining us live from Ireland and spending all this time with us here on the show. If you missed this episode, any part of it, you can see it again 24/7 on our YouTube channel. It's archived there for your viewing and binge watching pleasure. Matter of fact, over 430 episodes done 7 days a week live, which is incredible, of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series are there for your viewing pleasure and enjoy it. Matter of fact, our channel on YouTube is the one you're watching right now, Jim Masters TV, a channel dedicated to entertaining and informing, educating, inspiring. And we always have a good time here on the show. Really cool day. Really, really nice. Again, our show is usually in the evening, but we did an earlier show today and an earlier show yesterday. Our guest yesterday was in Northridge, California, Los Angeles area, and we talked about pets, and it was really cool. And today, it was wonderful. Ruby O'Kelly, really, really cool. And now Jane is sending me to bed. Usually, I'm sending her to bed in Sweden, but now she's sending me to bed, and it's about 4 o'clock, so it's a little early. We might have dinner first. I think it's dinner. It's 70. We're here in the northeastern United States, in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area, southern New England coastline between New York and Boston. That's where this show comes out of. And it's 76 degrees and it's beautiful out. We're going to go out, we're going to get together, and we're all going to go out to the coast and get some sun in, have some dinner. Now it's bedtime for you. I know. Usually I'm telling you because you're up usually late there in Sweden. Thank you for looking out for me, Jane. You guys are amazing with that. Sherry Larson says, thank you, Jim. She was fantastic. Got to run. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon and evening. You as well. Gang, just want to let you know that we are back on Tuesday. We're usually here, 7 days a week, but we're off tomorrow because I have a very busy day in my work on television and radio, and we have a lot of work to accomplish. So we're back on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, wow, we have an amazing guest. Edie Weinstein is going to be here. She's the love ambassador, optimistic, and bliss coach. She's going to be here 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific live. And that's going to be a really cool and unique episode. That's going to be really something special. We have a bevy of guests coming up all week long, and it's going to be really, really cool. So we thank Ruby again for joining us here on the show live from Ireland, Musing and Chat with Irish soprano Ruby O'Kelly. Check this episode out again on our YouTube channel. As we always say, don't forget to smile. Don't forget to share our famous levity, as we call it on the show, and find your Zen place. Mine is with family and friends, of course. That's always first. And then I'm a cyclist. I love tennis, music, sports, gardening, writing, and of course the ocean. Love the ocean. What you're looking at is the Atlantic. I love swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, sailing it, swimming in it, floating in it, being near it, and we're going to be heading to it right now. I think I'll dip my head in it. Maybe that'll perk me up a little bit, right? And then of course my work in television, radio, stage, and film over the years, nationally, regionally, and locally as well. I love that. So that's another Zen place. So find your Zen place, gang. We always talk about that here on the show. Do what makes you happy. Obviously our friend Ruby O'Kelly is certainly doing that. She's doing what makes her happy. She's loving it, and she's sharing it with the world. I'm doing work I love in television, radio, stage, and film, and this show as well. And hopefully you're doing work you love as well. Wow. Thank you very much. This is awesome. Crystal, you're the best. There's what you call super stickers. Thank you very much. Super sticker that helps support the show. We personally thank you very much. You're an amazing person. Crystal and I actually met when I was emceeing the Chicago, the band Chicago, their concert on behalf of public television here in the United States. And that's when Crystal was there and we met. She watched me for years on PBS, and we just met, and it was cool. Sweetheart of a person. Thank you very much. Bold, beautiful Irish green color there. That's a cool color, and I really appreciate that. And you did it again. Wow, thank you, Crystal. That is what you call super stickers. There's also super emojis and all these other cool things that YouTube has given us the opportunity to share with you, because I know you guys love all of that. And cool stuff. Thank you, Crystal. I personally thank you for all of the attention and for doing that. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that will go towards equipment, cameras, equipment, lighting, and other things that we're working on. We've got some really cool things we're doing with this series. We may have done 432 shows as of today, and we're just getting started. And that's in a year and like 2-3 months time. We've done 430 shows. Sometimes I can't even believe it. I'm like, wow. And sometimes I look back in the archives on our YouTube channel and I'm like, wow, I forgot about that show with that guest, or I forgot about that St. Patrick's Day show or the Christmas show, or all the cool things we've done. So again, Crystal Nolan in Connecticut, USA, thank you very much. That's super chat. And we thank you very, very much. Hey, Jane in Sweden, did you know I owned 2 Volvos? Yes. I know you'd love that, being Swedish. 2 Volvos, yes. And a Volkswagen as well, and American cars as well. Jen Barry says, Jim, video I posted on your JMS Live of Ken and I in our VW Beetle. My hair is flying. So funny. Take a watch. We will. In your Volkswagen Beetle. They're not making them anymore. They stopped making those. So they're collectible now. You're the best. Thank you very much, Alessandra, as are you in North Carolina, USA. And thanks for a great show, Jim. Have a great rest of the Sunday. Jane, thank you in Sweden. Again, gang, we will be back Tuesday. We are off tomorrow. Very busy day tomorrow with my professional work and television and radio, but we will be back joining all of you again on Tuesday. Now, that's for our live audience, anybody that's watching this later on when we're not live, you're binge watching this, none of that matters. So just continue to enjoy our series. Speaking really to the people that are watching live right now so they know the housekeeping, the order of events. If you want to know upcoming episodes, just check out on our YouTube channel. Have a great day, evening. What's left of it? All lovities. You too as well. You're the best, gang. Thanks for being with us in this fun episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys are the best. You take care and enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your night, whatever time it is you're watching this. And again, if you want to see it again or you want to share it, all the episodes are right there for you on the YouTube channel, which is the one you're watching right now, Jim Masters TV. Show it some levity, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything. All right, gang, we're going to check out. We want to go to the ocean. We want to eat, and then we might take a little bit of a nap. Perhaps. Knowing me, I won't. VPXM says we'll come back Tuesday. Got to go back to cleaning my car. I want to finish it today. Good luck with cleaning the car. And no, I don't have a Beetle. I've had Volkswagens. I've had Jetta, Passats, the others. You have the Beetle. That's cool. And then Volvos as well, which keeps Jane happy. Jane from Sweden. Juanita says, enjoy your day off. See you around, lovities. You too. To our friend watching in South Africa. Stay warm, Juanita. I know it's cold there. Very, very cold there. Again, Tuesday, Edie Weinstein's going to be here. It's going to be really cool. Love ambassador, optimistic and bliss coach. She's got some really cool things to share. She's really amazing. Thanks, VPXM. Tell everybody about our show. Love having you here. Thanks for the thumbs up. Really cool. Awesome. Really, really cool. You guys are the best. Jen Barry says, like the shirt. Good color for you, buddy. Yeah, it's kind of a cool shirt. It's mixed. I always dress thematically. So we have green going on here for the Irish today with our very special guest, Ruby O'Kelly. Good night, gang. Good day, gang. Cheers. Ciao. See you later. Moi loop, as Juanita would say there in South Africa, which means walk well. Walk well. Moi loop. Love you all. Take care. And thanks for being with us in this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. We'll catch you on the next one. And it's always a pleasure when you're here. All right. Be well. Take care. Don't let anybody get you down. If you ever have a bad day, just join us again. We'll always perk you up with entertainment, inspiration, and a lot of surprises. You're welcome, Jim. Hugs. You too, Crystal. And Jen says, cool. Love it. Cool. And you've had a VW camper since 1980. Wow. Enjoy that. All right. And one more welcome to VPXM. Good to have VPXM here as well. And all of you. Take care, gang. We'll see you again soon. Oh, one more comment coming in. Moi loop. Moi loop. You as well, Juanita. Moi loop. And Jane says, I agree with Jim. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's a good way to end. In agreement. All right, gang. We'll talk to you soon, okay? We don't say goodbye here. Our goodbyes are forever. We say see you later. Au revoir. Sayonara. Ciao. Cheers. And all the rest. And moi loop. Take care. We'll see you again on the next episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. See you later. Bye-bye.